Welcome to our channel. So today we're going to be talking about a story time of the Today Show with BTS. BTS was scheduled to, interview at the Today Show on February 21st. And they interviewed at around 8:30. So we're going to talk about the process, because we did end up camping for it because we didn't end up getting fan passes or becoming VIPs. So it sucked. But let's just get straight into it. We decided to start camping on Thursday night because we heard that there was already a line starting to form. So I mean, we always camp because we're not lucky. Yeah, we're not lucky and we don't mind it, but like, we highly regret it and do not condone it for you guys. So one of our friends ended up going to the Today Show first. She starts camping around 5 p.m. and by that point we're already like maybe in the 50s, which isn't really that bad. So we ended up meeting her around like 8 p.m. at night, and we bundled up. I bundled up because I was sick. And I said, okay, and it's like at this point like maybe 30s degrees. It wasn't that bad until we actually start getting into 12 a.m. like 1 a.m. That's when the temperature drops below. Like, it was insane. It's New York, and so the skyscrapers, it doesn't help you. It makes it even colder. And like, everyone had hand warmers, but still, like, the only problem that I personally had was my feet. It was just like,
everybody had.
You had it too? I mean, because some people had, like, maybe they were cold here. Like, I was fine, but my feet were freezing. Like, I couldn't feel them. And I was, like, seriously afraid that they were going to fall off because of frostbite. I was not having that. I have no idea how everyone else managed to do it, but it was just really bad. Like, I was coughing everywhere because I was so sick. And, like, we were all bundled up, literally, in, like, this small little sleeping bag and with, like, a very thin blanket. And it was just
scarf,
right, a scarf too, a little hand warmer. It was just so bad. You don't understand.
There's always drama. I feel like I've become the drama queen now. Second time talking about drama. It was maybe 2 a.m. It was pretty early in the morning on Friday, and like all of a sudden we were, I think, what were we doing? Sleeping? Trying to sleep? We were trying to sleep. And all of a sudden, like, you just hear these people, like, get up. And usually when people get up, it means the line is gonna, like, move up. And so we like, well, what's happening? It turns out there are these people who, like, at first there was a couple of them. And then I think, how many? Like, 5 or 7? 6 people showed up. And they were saying that their friends saved this spot for them and that, you know, they were gonna start camping now. We heard that the person who was camping for that group had said that they were gonna hold the spot for like 2 other friends. And so 2 to 7 is a big jump. And they came in like at 2 in the morning. So it's like, you kind of get this like emotion, like, I just camped out here this long and now these people are gonna just show up. Like, you're just like, and it's cold, and you're just like, no, we're not gonna let that happen. And the people surrounding them are like, no, like, it wasn't for all 7 people, it's just for 2 people, a couple of people. And it got so bad that the police came, and it wasn't, okay, so it was the, you know, like, the innocent party, the people who were like, you shouldn't be doing this, like, get up, like, you didn't camp, it was only for 2 people, why are there a lot of you? And then it was like those group of people that wanted to camp, they're like, no, our friend saved our spot, right? So it wasn't even the innocent group who went and got the police, it was the people trying to cut in the line who went and got the police and were like, hey, this happened, like, do something about it. And then the other party was like, we're the ones suffering here, we're the ones who are gonna, like, basically letting these people cut in front of all these other people, so like, do something. Like, we had gone to Dunkin' Donuts to just walk it off. We didn't know what was happening. But when we got back, it was just like the police didn't want to do anything about it. They were even threatening to like put those people at the back of the line, right?
Because like we couldn't really say anything after that because of him threatening to put everyone in the back. So at the end, it wasn't really fair because they got their chance to just stay there if everyone just was fine with it, which obviously we weren't, but we don't have a say. And then it sucked too because someone was like, if you have the integrity, you know, then you would move yourself to the back of the line. And those people were like, I guess we don't have integrity then, because they were not moving. So that overall sucked, right? So fast forward, now we're starting to like get closer to the time where the interview starts. And then remember when we said we were in like the 50s? Out of nowhere, the lines just starts getting longer like in front of us, and we're ending up in like the hundreds or like even more because people at that time just start cutting out of nowhere, and we can't really do anything about it because it just turns into straight chaos. Like
you can't really do anything.
Yeah, we tried. I heard someone tried to do a number system at first, but it wasn't working because people said they were holding spots. So they wanted to try to do it again at night, but because of that occurring, we couldn't even do numbers without like peeving off the other ones that got, you know, the police involved. So we couldn't even do a number system, which kind of screwed everyone over. So finally, they started moving first the VIP. We were separated, so the VIP was closer to the entrance. Then it was the fan passes. We didn't really know because we were on one side and we thought we were having a good chance at getting front row, but it wasn't until Fila started saying that they were passing out like blankets and stuff that we had to go around like the building. That's when we saw there's two separate lines, one for VIP and another one for fan passes. So it was like around 20 and then 100 fan passes plus one, so that's 200, and then 50 again. We were like,
yeah, we were going back to the back, and we're short.
Yeah, so, but we kind of endured it because, she wanted to leave because she was
to leave so badly, and I just thought that we weren't gonna go in because I didn't know there were 100 fan passes, and so I was like, oh, we're 50, that's fine, right? No, like these fan passes, and then they weren't telling us anything. I think one of our friends. Was it you? Sunaina. She went and asked because all of us were done. We were like,
it was cold. Past 8 at that point, and we had no idea. Like they weren't talking to us, so she decided to herself to go. And then she was like, "Oh, they're still letting in fan passes. We have to wait like until like 8:30 or something." Because initially they said start lining up by 6. 6 came. They're like, "Okay, wait until 7." 7 came. They're like, "Okay, now wait until 8. I'm just like, what's going on? But in my mind, it's like we camped this much, we suffered this much for us to like just go home. We ended up, oh my goodness, and tell me, so basically there's like a group of people behind us, and like everyone, like once they started finally allowing GA to go inside, everyone rushed forward, right? So there's just like clumps, and we ended up getting separated from our group.
Pushed to the side.
We were like in the streets, and then like we were like way behind from our group, and then there's like a group of people next to us, and I heard it, I saw from the side of my eye. He was just like, was she here? Did she even camp? And then he was like consulting like one of his friends, and then the girl was just like, I don't think she camped in. And then he looked at me, he was like, excuse you, did you camp? And then I was like, yeah, my friends are in the front, we got separated because everyone rushed forward. And he was just like, call them. And then everyone in front of them, because it was us, group of people, and then our group, and then they were just like, excuse me, do you know this girl? And then they're just like, oh yeah, she can't, how did you get separated? And then I looked at him with the biggest smug on my face because I'm like, we got no sleep, we're cold, don't try to start anything with me. He was just like, okay, you're fine.
Now, I got my own thing. I don't know if it was the same guy, but I'm pretty sure if it was in that same area. I was in between. It was this guy, me, and like his friend, And he's like, what are you like, to his friend, he's like, what are you doing over there? Come over here. And I was like, what do you mean? Cause like I'm right here, like you're like he was in front of me. He did not camp in front of us. I don't know where he came from. And I just gave him like the dirtiest look. Mind you, it was 8 a.m. He's saying, what are you doing? Come over here to his friend, trying to pull her in front of me. And I'm like, no. And so I just like give him a dirty look and like push my way through. Like I go off and like go where she was. And I was just like, I can't, like these people, like after a certain time, like it's just like, oh my god, like
yeah. So we started like slowly inching to the metal detectors. We had to like take out all hand warmers. We had to like, you know,
everything,
all the electronics, and then go through the metal detector, and then that's when you finally go inside.
You're supposed to walk, right? Remember when
Oh
we
my
talked
God.
about walking, no running, no.
So remember the same guy that gave me attitude?
It's the same guy that
Yeah.
mine. It's the same guy.
So they were so like
I'm so
antagonizing
done
with
him.
cutting
I don't even know
that
him.
we were walking, right? And then them and him and his whole group end up just running into like past us, and then the security guard is just like, whoa, no running. And then I'm just like, can you please?
But she doesn't stop him.
Yeah.
No, she lets him go in front of me, and I'm just like, guys, we might
yeah.
sound like little, you know, biatchy, but these emotions.
Like we played nice. We were just like fine with everything. But the security guard obviously saw them just running past, pushed us like what the heck, dude? It was really annoying. I was just mad because he was very hypocritical with like me.
Oh my god.
He thought I cut, but at the same time he cut in front of us. So we ended up being really in the back. I'll play videos of it. But by the time we were finally inside, I couldn't feel my feet because oh, by the way, guys, if you're camping ever plan on camping to the Today Show, everyone's pretty chill with you leaving to get food and then coming back, and then bathroom breaks, everything like that. So like, because we were inside, we couldn't even really leave to go inside and warm up for a few minutes. At that point, see, I have anxiety, right? So at that point, I had no sleep, which triggers my anxiety a lot, and because I started feeling people more and more coming like closer to me, that's when I started like panicking a little bit, and I decided I can't do this. My other friend who was with us, she felt the same way, and she started like panicking a lot because she couldn't feel her toes, literally, and I was like done. I was just like, you know what, I'm leaving. Lisbeth stayed, our warrior.
The one who wanted to leave first stayed. And I'm the shortest.
And the one who wanted to stay because we fought so much for it decided
left
to
me.
leave.
She left me.
I had a medical reason, okay?
And so, like, I'm just like, I think right after a couple, no, right before they even start the interview, I'm like, I'm going back because nobody's in the back. Like, they're all squished to the front. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go to the back. Like, I got a better view, like looking at them, but not like recording. So that was that whole like little thing there. But that's not the end of it.
Anyways, we ended up getting on. Okay, so it was basically the front, and then there was like barricade, and then it was us, and then, you know, there's more. Yeah, so I ended up going to like a nearby bakery just to
Literally
like,
right next to it.
yeah, right next to it, right? And then finally when they decided they're finished, I was just like, oh my goodness, maybe we could actually see their van leave, right? So we ended up leaving the bakery, going through like this hotel, going through the back, and it was funny because they've gotten very smart with like, you know, allowing BTS to like leave. So the security is just like, if you want to see BTS, go across the street, because we're not allowing anyone to be by the garage. So we're just like, fair enough, we got our cameras ready. And then their staff comes into like, you know, the famous black vans, and they drive away. And then the security is like, if you want to see BTS, go follow the van. And then that's when fans just started like chasing after the van. And then the security is like, or not, where are they coming from? And I was just like, it's too early, I'm too cold and cranky to be playing these games. So then they went back to the bakery, her and my other friend Sunaina, and then they called her like, where are you? So we're just like, I guess we can just go home. We went back to the bakery, and that's when we saw like
everybody screaming.
Not really, because it was pretty empty.
I don't know why they stayed there. And I guess was within the VIP.
Yeah, I guess VIP were told that they were gonna come back. It was like very little people, so when we were passing by, all I heard was little Jimin's little voice like, hi guys. I was like, wait, are they back? What the heck? So then we come back, but security guard doesn't allow you to like wander around that place. So
they were strict on that, like, and it makes sense. It's like a public safety. Is it hazard? Yeah, right. Because there's a lot of people. There's traffic coming in.
And they came back for like maybe another like 3. It was very short, like another 3-5 minutes, and then that's when they decided to leave again. We tried seeing them go into their van, but we honestly couldn't find them. At that point, we just gave up. Moral of the story is, 1, never camp out, especially for the Today Show if you don't have a fan pass, because it's very pointless if you just camp out. Like, honestly, it was just so pointless. Our view was terrible. It was freezing. Like,
and it was an interview. The interview was like 5 minutes long.
So
I was like,
it was just so not worth it. Then what else? And just know that if you do decide to leave, you can't get back in. I saw so many people in the bakery like with blankets because they were freezing, and then when they tried to go back in, the security was like, no, you can't come back inside. And I saw so many people crying. Like, it was insane.
It was this mom, daughter, and I think it was her son or her younger daughter, but the younger daughter was crying, and the mom was like, I'm gonna do everything I can. The girl was just crying, and I was like, oh my god, I know how you feel.
I feel so bad when it comes to younger fans. Yeah, because
like their parents have to either agree to camp, let them camp, or to go with them.
Yeah, and it sucks for the parents too, because they try to do everything in their power to make them happy, and like stuff like that. It just honestly sucks. Like, we're used to disappointment, so we're like, whatever, but like it sucks for them because they're like baby fans, baby armies, so we're like, oh, come here, I want to hug you. But yeah, that is the end of our story time. We hope you got some valuable information. Alright guys, we'll see you next video. Bye.